You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
And we are going to be talking to Gary and Yvonne, and they're from Hythe House Support. They're going to be talking all about foster care fortnight, foster caring, and also how Hythe House is coming up, or is 10 years old. I think we're going to be speaking to Gary first. And Gary, you were here about a year or so ago, so it's good to see you back here at BRFM.
Yes, thanks very much for inviting us. We really appreciate it, Daniel.
Now, I know you wanted to cover about Hythe House's 10-year birthday.
Yes, we did. What it is, 10 years is a milestone really for anybody. I mean, at the end of the day, I've got a little girl called Amy, and she's coming up for her 10-year birthday soon in October, and it does make you think how long 10 years is and how the business has been going for 10 years, and we've not really realised, it's just flown by. It's just been a complete whirl, so it's been really enjoyable. But as I say, especially nowadays, it's a milestone simply because of the economic climate out there at the moment. Anybody out there who runs a business, whether it be big, small, medium, at the end of the day, it's a tough job to do. And, we've survived 10 years and we look forward to another 10 years. This is just an opportunity, 10-year birthday, for us to express our thanks to all our staff that have worked at Hythe House Support, that's past and present, and also, most importantly as well, to our foster carers. Without them, we wouldn't be where we were today. We're very lucky, and we've got a great set of foster carers. One sitting right next to me now, Yvonne, and she's going red as I say that, but all our carers are very experienced carers, and Yvonne's done a fantastic job along with all our other carers, and it's just a thank you for them as well. I mean, we've had a lot of things going on over 10 years, and one of the most important things for me really is we've looked after over 100 young people in our care has gone through our company, and that's really nice. We really, really do like that, and not all children come into care for obvious reasons. A lot of children will come into care simply because their parents are unable to look after them. For example, they may have an illness, and for a short period of time, their child may need to be looked after for a short while of time while they get themselves well again, and then they can take back their child and look after them. But the most important thing of all, 10 years, 10-year birthday coming up, is we got outstanding, and it's lovely when you get someone like Ofsted popping in to your office and saying to you, well, actually, they're independent guys coming in, and they're looking at all our work that we've done over the 3 years or 4 years we're being inspected over, and they said, yes, you are doing a great job, and it's nice to have a rubber stamp there and have an outstanding, and I think that's testament to all the staff at Hythe House, and above all, as I say again, to all our foster carers as well. And so that's great.
And I know, Gary, you wanted to cover a little bit about how you've made a theme of your birthday memories.
Yes, what it is we wanted to get together and basically produce a document that will mark our 10 years, because as you know, 10 years can come and go quite quickly, and we wanted to mark it in some way. So we produced a brochure. And we wanted to produce a brochure that covered all what we've done in the 10 years, what we've achieved, what we're looking forward to in the next 10 years, and, to be part of that, what really everybody at Hythe House wants to do is we want to make fostering a positive experience for any young person that comes into care. It's obviously, when anyone will come into care, it's, concerning for them, and, it can be worrying. We just want to make sure that when they do come into Hythe House Support, and through us go to our carers, they have a great experience, a positive experience, as at all possible. And I'd like to read out a couple of things in the brochure, if I may. One of the things we asked for a young man who we looked after over 9 years. He came into our care, and he went to our education unit, and he's experienced all of the uses that we have. And we asked him whether he would like to do a page on the brochure, and he said yes, I'd love to. And if you don't mind, I'd like to read that to you.
No.
Here we go. I was surprised but pleased when Hythe House asked if I'd say something about their 10th birthday for this brochure. It's been 10 years in which Hythe House has played a big part of my life. I came into care when I was 8, and it felt like the end of the world. 10 years is a long time. For me, it's almost half my life. When I was 10, I wasn't able to live with my own family, and to be honest, I didn't have a lot of happy memories from when I was a kid. I was starting to get into trouble. From my personal experience of being placed in care at a young age, it can be scary, not knowing who you will meet and what the future holds for you, and it can be overwhelming to a young person. But there was no need to be frightened. Everyone I met at Hythe House valued me and genuinely had a kind and caring nature. Growing up with my foster carers made all the difference in the world to me. I left with so many happy memories of my time spent with Hythe House and life skills that have put me in good stead for the future. Now I'm training to be a mechanic and about to go into my third and final year. I know I couldn't have achieved that without the support of my foster carers and Hythe House. So that's one reason I'm very proud to be part of this brochure. And again, I think that's just a lovely piece of work that he done for us there. All his own words. And, you know, I just thought it was really nice that he can show his appreciation in that way. And then there's, again in the brochure, I mean, Yvonne Connolly, who's right next to me at the moment, her and her husband Steve have been fostering for, I think it's over 30 years now, Yvonne, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes, and one of her young people she looked after wrote a poem about her, and I'd like to read that as well, for man, that's in the brochure. When I came here, I was scared. I didn't think anyone cared. Now I've been here for quite a long time. I now know what I'm going to be fine. I speak to Yvonne and Steve about what's wrong. Now my problems are almost gone. Yvonne and Steve have taught me a lot about my future and what I've got. And again, that's just a lovely way for a young person to express their thanks, you know, to Yvonne and Steve. Yvonne and Steve have done a fantastic job with that young person. And it's so nice that, you know, young children, you know, it's really nice that they can do things like that. You know, that's a very adult thing to do. But, you know, and again, it's just a lovely thing to do. And I know Yvonne's going very red here, but you know, that must be nice for you, Yvonne, to listen to that, mustn't it?
I was very proud to hear that and to know that she wrote that for us. Yes, it was a proud moment for us.
But Gary, what are the highlights of those first 10 years?
Well, there's been many highlights, but you know, to pick a few, the obvious one really was opening our school. We got an Ofsted registered school, which is run by my brother Robert. He's got an excellent set of team down there that do a great job running the school. I think people out there have got to realise that not all children can attend mainstream education. Many looked after children will, for example, miss lots of education through no fault of their own. So when they go back into a mainstream environment, they just can't cope. And our school wants to set out to help them and try to make them achieve. And that's what we aim to do. And, you know, and I believe we do that. That's one thing. We got a preschool as well, which is in the London Road, called Lyndhurst Nursery. We've owned that for 9 years now. That's open to everybody. But at the end of the day, that nursery has been going since 1969, believe it or not. And I think it's one of the oldest running preschools in the Swale area. And you know, that's nice, because when that come up for sale, you know, we wanted to buy that, you know, because if it wasn't bought, who knows what would have happened to that at that time. But you know, so that's another good thing there. Really, in-house, we wanted to provide therapeutic services to all our looked after children, and you know, we've got an in-house team that you know will go in and look after children there if they need any in-house therapy, and which is nice because they can obtain therapy in our education facility if they wish. Therefore, not much time is taken out of the education arena, or you know, just after school they can come to the offices and receive any needs and helps, you know, that they can get there. So it takes the fun out. It takes all the travelling to and from a specialist therapy centre. They can come direct to us and receive all the therapy and help they need. One of the most important things, obviously, I have touched on it briefly, is gaining our outstanding status. I mean, everybody works extremely hard for that. That's something that we're extremely proud of. I mean, it's a long time to get that, and we really were chuffed when we got that. Everyone was really pleased. So that's the major highlight, really, of the first 10 years. And also, you know, as I've briefly touched on, caring for our 100th child. You know, that's really important to us to know that we've looked after 100 children have come through our agency. And when I you know, looked up that information, it is quite frightening, really, how many children, you know, do come through the agency, and that's the amount of children that we've helped, and they've gone on to bigger and better things, which is lovely.
Now, I know you wanted to cover a little bit about foster care fortnight next, Gary.
Yeah, I mean, foster care fortnight ended just over a week ago now, Daniel. But it's a very key thing that happens every year, and it's a very important time. I mean, if I had said to you today, 62,000 children living with foster carers today, and that's enough to fill the Olympic Stadium. That's a lot of children out there. Really, in the UK, every 22 minutes a child comes into care, and again, they need a foster home really, and because of that, it's estimated that 9,000 foster families are needed across the UK to cope with the demand, and that's what we're here for. So therefore, it's an important role that an independent fostering agency that does is recruit the foster carers, to help aid this. When a child needs a foster family, it's the local authority's job to find the best possible home for them. As I've briefly said, there is a shortage of foster carers, which means that local authorities sometimes struggle to achieve this. And as a result, children could be moved outside an area, that they've grown up in, and that might mean a change of their school as well. And so therefore, it's important that we do as much as we can work, not just our fostering agency, all the others around, and the local authority, in trying to encourage more individuals to come and be a foster carer, to help with that situation. One other thing, which means when there is a shortage of foster carers, it makes it much harder to match a child to a suitable family. It's not uncommon really for a child to be moved away, to be moved many times between foster carers before they find their long-term home. So you can see why, 100 children that we've looked after in our 10 years is a testament to the matching process that we take, because if you think about it, that's just an average 10 children with us every year move on. And, it's nice to, to see that. And, it's all about the matching process, and we really do that well.
We're now going to be talking to Yvonne, and she's a foster carer. So firstly, thank you very much for coming along and speaking to us.
Thank you, Daniel.
So what does it feel like to be a foster carer?
It feels really good, actually. My husband Steve and I, we've been foster carers now for over 30 years. The last 10 years with Hythe House. We've had over 60 children come through our family, which we've had some really great times. It's actually so rewarding, and I enjoy it as much today as what I did back then.
So what are the highs and the lows then?
Well, the highs, one special high, I think, I know was when Steve, my husband, was asked to give one of our young people away on their wedding day. And my children were bridesmaids and page boy. And that was a very proud moment for my husband Steve and I. We've had several occasions where I've been a godmother. And that has been a great honour when I was asked. So I have been a godmother a few times. I received many cards on Mother's Day and Christmas. Don't have much room on my mantelpiece on Mother's Day because I have so many children. And here, best of all, I think, when I hear from them all, from the previous young people that I've looked after, it's a great feeling when they telephone, when they send letters, when they email, when they text. It's just lovely to hear from them, and we spend many hours chatting away, and Steve has to say goodnight rather quickly because we're on the phone for hours.
I would just like to say, Daniel, that when it feels like to be a foster carer, Yvonne, for example, has many experiences that many carers have, which is the fact that training seems to be a big thing really. And I don't know if Yvonne wants to just say a little bit about the training, because I know some people think it's back to school, sitting at the desk writing essays. So I don't know if Yvonne wants to just emphasise a little bit more on that.
Training, well, academically I was never very good, and it always worried me. But I have to say training has been fun. We all sit around, we chat, we listen, we all chip in a bit. We talk about our experiences, which help us all, and it's just good fun. And through that training, I have met many good friends as well, where we've gone out for days and had a lot to do with children, gone out, and we've had great times. It has also given me confidence because I have now done my MVQ level 1 and 2 in childcare. I've done my CWDC in fostering, and then I went on to myself to do adult education, to do the counselling skills levels 1 and 2. I'm quite surprised myself really doing that, because I was always very worried about doing anything educationally. But I was so glad I did do the counselling course, because that actually helped me within my role as a foster carer, and it made me become a better listener and made me look at myself so much more.
And I was wondering, what sort of person becomes a foster carer?
Well, that's a very good question, Daniel. I mean, if we could copy Yvonne here, then that would be a very good start. But I mean, above all, I think you have to be very down to earth sort of person. You have to have, as Yvonne I'm sure will agree, a very good sense of humour. You have to be patient. Carers can come from all walks of life really, but above all they've got to have a caring side to them. That's the key one that you really must have. People will have many skills that we're looking for. They just don't know they've got them yet. When you live through life, you learn things all the time, and not necessarily you need a piece of paper to say that you've got them, but I mean it's life skills, and you need to have got the t-shirt. As I say, been there and got the t-shirt. And there's many people out there that have had, let's just say, a not so good life when they were younger, and they may want to give a bit back, and they're the sort of people that we're looking for as well. We can help you develop the skills. You don't need to be experts in anything. When you're a brand new carer like Yvonne was some years ago, I'm sure she had many concerns, but I think the key thing is don't worry. We're here, we'll hold your hand, we'll help you all we can for all the training, and we'll get through, we'll help you get through it all. And also, I've had many people in the past, when I go out and visit people, when they express an interest to foster, I've had many people in the past that say to me, I don't think I can do the job because I'm single, or, we're a couple, but we're not, we've not been married, but been together 10 years. Again, that doesn't make a difference. As long as you're caring and, and you've got all the skills that I said earlier on, then that's great. We'd be more than happy to speak to you. There's a couple of things that you do need. You need a spare bedroom. And you need to be able to offer a loving home, and in return we can provide you with a professional, well-paid job, but above all it's a rewarding job as well. And at the end of the day, if anybody is interested, they can contact us at Hythe House Support on 01795 438 634, or you can look us up on our website. That's hythehousesupport.co.uk, and Hythe is spelled Hythe, so it's hythehousesupport.co.uk.
Gary and Yvonne, I'd like to thank you very much for coming along this evening, telling us all about your 10-year birthday and a little bit about foster caring and foster care fortnight as well.
Thank very much. Thank you.